Why is there a Morkvarg in our graveyard when its ability reads that when it enters your graveyard during the round, summon it to your melee row and give it Doom? Let's find out. So, Morkvarg here. When this unit enters your graveyard during the round, summon it to your melee row and give it Doomed. Pretty sure everyone knows this ability. You see it in Discard. Sometimes you see it with Darren. Darren moves it to your graveyard and it summons back. Pretty standard ability. You see this a lot of times in Skellige decks. But what you don't see is that you can actually send this to your graveyard without it coming back. And obviously this catches you by surprise. You're going to be in a lot of trouble because you just have a Morkvarg in your graveyard worth no points. And you're never getting it back. So how do we avoid this, and what is the issue here? And is it a bug or not? I don't think it is. I think they did it intentionally. Let's look. So this is basically how you do it. We have here our hand. We have our Morkvarg. Who enters the graveyard during the round, summon it to your melee row, give it Doomed. It's going to enter the graveyard because I'm going to put it there. We're going to discard it from our hand to our graveyard. It's enter the graveyard, and theoretically it should come back, right? No, it stays in the graveyard. So his ability doesn't trigger when you discard him from your hand. That's basically what's going on here. So if you ever discard him from your hand, just put him in your graveyard, he's not coming back. Interesting. Good to know. So I quickly just tested the other cases, because I wanted to make sure there wasn't an issue with like Morkvarg in general. So what I just did here is, this is kind of pointless. We're just going to be doing the discard, we're going to do the Darren, we're going to do discard, we're going to kill it, and do all the ways to send it to our graveyard just to see what happens. Because I wanted to make sure the issue wasn't with Morkvarg itself, and I think it's just the one interaction, right? If you discard Morkvarg via just putting him in your graveyard, he's not coming back. So yeah, that works fine. If we burn a brand, discard him, that's going to work fine too. There's nothing wrong with the card. It's just this interaction, which is very strange. But I think they did it intentionally, because I checked something else here in a minute we'll show you. But you can see that works, and obviously this one doesn't come up very much, but if you kill Morkvarg while he's on the field, he's going to come back with his Doom, just as you'd expect. And all that's just well and good. But this is where it gets pretty interesting. So, if we look here, what happened in this game is my opponent invocationed my Morkvarg. I played Morkvarg from my hand, and my opponent invocationed it. So he has my Morkvarg in his hand. What's about to happen is he's going to use Vilgefortz to put my Morkvarg from his hand to my graveyard. And the question is, if it's an issue from moving Morkvarg from the hand to the graveyard, which would mean the card's bugged. What we're going to see here is that when he moves Morkvarg to my graveyard with his Vilgefortz, it's going to get summoned back. So this is not with Morkvarg. Alright, so Morkvarg comes back. You're never going to see this interaction, by the way, in a real game. It's never going to happen. But I just thought I'd put it up here, because that's pretty interesting. And the other case here is, so here, our opponent's going to time out their... This is another interaction you're never going to see. Our opponent's going to time out their turn, and the card that's randomly going to be discarded from their hand is Morkvarg. So this interaction is the same as if you just put it in the graveyard. It's not coming back. This is what made me think of this interaction in the first place. So yeah, it goes to the graveyard, it's not coming back, and now he's the Morkvarg in his graveyard. This is what made me think of this interaction, try and look into it. So in conclusion, what's going on with Morkvarg? It's just, if you put something from your hand to the graveyard, I'm pretty sure they coded it this way on purpose, is that they don't want anything effects activating. You just take the card, and it's in your graveyard. None of the effects activate, no triggers or anything. I think that's why it works like this. I don't think it's bugged, I think this is intentional. But it's something to note, because there's been a rise in popularity in the, what's it called? The Sly Seductress decks. And if they have 3 Sly Seductresses out, you might want to say, oh, I discard my Morkvarg, because I don't have a... Say you drew Morkvarg and don't have a way to discard it. You're like, oh, shoot. If I just discard it, he won't get the +3. Well, actually, you get -2, because Morkvarg doesn't come out. Just something to know. Interesting little fact for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.